for success and happiness, because I believe that each of us have the potential to achieve success. And towards this journey, in the next 2 hours, I'll try to give you some insights about what are those few things, or maybe I call it the recipe for success. Well, the recipe for success is not something which we can get in 2 hours, but definitely we can get some ingredients. Whatever I have learned from my seniors, my gurus, a glimpse of that is what I'm going to share with you today as this recipe for success. So, once again, welcome. You're all sitting at various parts of Maharashtra and maybe the country also, I believe. So, namaste and salam, welcome, namaskar to all of you. My introduction has already been given nicely, so I would not spend much time on this. But suffice it to say that my passion is to help people succeed, and that is why I've chosen to become a full-time trainer. I want to help youngsters like all of you so that you become successful, and together we can make a difference in the lives of so many others through our efforts. Okay. And to begin with, let me thank my seniors, my gurus from whom I have learned. Like at the bottom, I would want to once again place my gratitude to Madam Rana Pathan. She was my first manager in my first job. And whatever I've learned about pharma selling is thanks to Madam Rana. And within 2 days, we'll be celebrating World or International Women's Day also. So on this day, I dedicate my success to Madam Rana Pathan, and thanks to her and plus my other gurus in the industry for last 30 years, Deshmukh sir, Rajgopal sir, Rao sir, Parekh sir, and the other international coaches under whom I have learned and got certification. I've read books like The Secret and You Can Win, which all of you also should be having as your Bible or a Gita. These are the ways you can learn and definitely apply these learning in your life as well. So, with that gratitude, let me begin by asking this question to all of you. How many of you here want to achieve success? Very, very tough question. After your simple exam today, how many of you want to achieve success? You want to have achieve success, yes or no? If you want to achieve success, yes, let me see some yes in the chat box. Great. But then, are all people successful to the extent they want to be? Or when you look at people outside, there are a select few who are very successful, right? And we find that there are many people who are also wanting to achieve success. So when you ask them also a question, do you want to be successful? He will say yes. But then we find that only a handful percentage of people achieve success. And that starts if you go back to your own school or college life, you will find many varieties of people. One example what I would like to say is sometimes you find somebody is always sick. He might be doing all types of diet or exercise, but invariably he's sick. Whereas there are some people who are always fit and healthy, right? So success is not just for money or for career. It has to be holistic success. There is no point in having money and poor health. So we should be able to achieve success in all aspects of our life. And that's why this is example. Okay. We find that some people are able to make a lot of money. Whereas some people, in spite of their hard work, they put in a lot of efforts, but they are not able to sustain that income, whatever they earn. Maybe by the end of the month or within 20, 25 days, they completely spend all that money. There's nothing they have towards the end. There are some students, maybe some of you are sitting here right now in the webinar. In the classroom, they do all kind of masti, but then they stand first when there is an exam. But there are some people who are always in the front row, but unable to get good scores, or going further, good scores in the college, but in life they are a failure. So it's not necessary that IQ or good grades can guarantee success. So you may have a person with the same teacher under the same influence scoring very nicely, and other students are not doing well. One man is always sad and the other is happy. Some of us may term this as he is lucky and I am unlucky, or vice versa. So we blame luck also. Mera to bad luck hi kharab hai, right? And there are examples where even with a small disease, somebody becomes so vulnerable that they lose all the hope in their life. But we have some few examples also. Even a terminal stage cancer, we find them recovering fully and coming back fit and healthy. So when you look at all this, the question is, why is it that some people are more successful than the others? Can someone type the answers? What, according to you, is the reason for this kind of variance? Handful of people successful, others not successful. What could be the reason for this? Whatever comes to your mind. As I said, I want some interaction, participation. So are you typing some answers? I'm unable to see the chat. Is Gautami there? Can you read out some of the answers from the participants if you can? Gautami, I'll be troubling you. I may need your help in between. Are you there?
Yes, sir. Sneha here.
Yes,
We
Neha,
can
say.
see some answers actually.
What
Only
are those
one
answers?
target and hard work, planning, smart
Okay,
work,
smart
uh,
work,
because positive attitude,
positive attitude, wonderful.
mentality. These are the
Yeah,
answers that are put.
okay,
Motivation
okay,
and yes, this kind of answers are there. Making choices out of the comfort zone.
okay, great, great. Say wonderful. So compliments to your answers. All of you are giving a right input. But when we still look at it, there are other factors that apart from all this, you'd always have people saying, I am positive, I am giving the best of efforts always, but still I'm not able to achieve that success. And when we study this, and from the feedback which I have received or what we understand from all those successful people in the past, it's understood that our mind is the one which makes the difference. Successful people are those who are able to utilize their own mind perfectly to their advantage. And why only few people are able to do that is because a large number of the human beings across the globe, they have not understood how to use their mind. Like we are all studying science, and there are the best of institutions and colleges also where we can get into the human body as well. We know most of the organs of our body. We know the brain, but if you further go into the mind, it's difficult. That people find difficulty in understanding or explaining what or where the mind is. And therefore, it is rightly said, learn to manage your mind, or others will manage or mismanage it for you. And when others mismanage it, then we go into a topsy-turvy. So it is important that we learn about the mind and manage our own mind ourselves to achieve success. And that is the critical difference. So in the next 1 hour, what we are trying to understand and help you also understand is go deep little bit into understanding the human mind and some important laws of success or a recipe of success, which I mentioned. Okay. And this, I think this percentage is very famous. Many of us know about it. You have read about this also, that it is said most of us don't use the maximum potential of our mind. In fact, we use only up to less than 10%. And a very famous personality like Einstein, it is said hardly used 5% of his mind power. Okay. So if Einstein has used only 5% of his mind power, then imagine normal human beings like you and me, how much are we using? In fact, some of you might say we are hardly using maybe even 0.0001% of our mind. If a genius like Einstein is using only 5%. So naturally, if this is a kind of low percentage of use of our mind. The question is why? Why are we not able to use the mind to a maximum? Well, the reason is very simple. It's because there is ignorance. Not many of us are taught about what the mind is and about its potential. In fact, when we are born, we are not born with a manual for the mind. Like when we purchase a mobile or a television nowadays or any appliance, you get a manual how to operate. So you read the manual and you know what to do, how to use that. But then, has anybody got a manual for the mind? In fact, the best of institutions across the world, people might have studied in IITs or even maybe the best of MBA colleges, but nowhere there is a curriculum right from kindergarten, first standard onwards, 10th standard, or any class. Nowhere it is taught about the mind and how to use the mind. So hence the ignorance continues, but suffice it to say, mind is the most powerful, and it's important to know about how we can use our own mind and manage it. And therefore, though we don't have a manual right now, what we can do is, okay, try to create one. Some important points about this mind will understand so that you are able to then work accordingly and achieve success in your goals, whatever you have now decided to do in your life. You have decided to come into pharmacy, study pharmacy, and then do something else in life. Maybe some of you said you want to become a good, successful professional in sales or marketing, or somebody might go into R&D or quality control later, or some wants to become a businessman. But for whatever field you choose, your mind has to have that power to give you that direction. And that is what we'll try to understand. Okay. So let's understand what is this mind. So very interesting topics we'll be discussing in the next half an hour. So kindly give your full attention. The photograph on the left-hand side shows about something which we are using day in and day out now. We have hardware, the appliance, the desktop, the CPU, etc. Some of you, though, currently are now going through the session on your mobiles. So your mobile also is like a desktop. You're having a screen, etc. And maybe you are having the best of the brands. However, for this to run, you need a software. So unless and until the software is good, the hardware won't be able to give you the output. So it has to be a combination of both the hardware and the software, which is going to give you the results. So if you understood the example, friends, our brain is like the hardware and the mind is the software. So mind is somewhere within. So whether it is here or here, some may say it is here, some may say it is near the solar plexus, but there is something, some power inside, which we can't say where it is exactly. But there is some software, and thanks to the divine power, we all know about that supreme power which is running all of us, the entire universe, the plants, the trees, the animals, human beings. And that universal power is helping us through the mind. The mind can be a channel to source that power and achieve our objectives. So if your software, that is the mind, is strong, you will be able to achieve whatever you want to achieve in your life. So then the most difficult question, how many minds do we have? Well, some may say 1, 2, 3, or maybe some may say unlimited. The answer is, for our understanding of this topic, we will say that we have 2 minds. Okay. And the mind within, right now shown inside that brainy skull, okay, that is for understanding, is something similar to what the picture is showing. I'm sure all of us know about this very famous movie, Titanic, which was made famous thanks to the iceberg, which the ship got into and the ship sank. Why did the ship sank? Because the ship hit the hidden part of the iceberg. The top of the iceberg, the tip, was visible from a distance, but the captain could not maneuver and still hit the bottom which is a huge aspect of that iceberg. The subconscious is similar to that bottom of the iceberg. And therefore, it is understood that the subconscious is the one which is most powerful. When I say mind is powerful, mind has two aspects, the